Hey, shout out to you, Ash. Love you too. Thank you. And you guys, it's my motherfucking birthday if you didn't know. A bitch old today.
Yeah. Homemade Genius Podcast is back in full effect. You know what it is. Your favorite rap group, Homegrown. I am the homie Toe
We back.
with
Top
the one
notch,
and only
baby.
Top Notch. And we got something special, some fire shit we just put on, though.
Thank
Special
you.
guest, ESauce in the building. What's
yeah,
good?
yeah, you know what it is though.
Right,
Sauce
right.
boss in this bitch. What's up, you guys? How you guys feeling today?
Good. How you
Doing
feeling?
good.
I'm good, y'all, man. It's my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Happy
Ready to chill. and-
Birthday. Damn, man, you
Thank
kicking it
you.
with us?
You know, had to come through.
We're doing something right. We're doing something right. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know?
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, this is Homemade Genius Podcast. We're brought to you by Cannabis Cactus and the Roach Clip team. Shout out to them, you know what I mean? Much love. They're
Much
responsible
love. Shout out for the
for
goodie
all
bag,
of
y'all.
the
Yes,
goody
sir.
stuff that we
Everybody
got.
involved. We appreciate you guys. You know it.
Yep. But shit, what brings you, what you do today? Nothing for your birthday besides
What
this?
did I do today? Oh, I had to go get that Kingdom Hearts one time and fuck it up on the Xbox. So.
I was about to say, I don't know. I'm lost. What does that mean?
It's a game.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Is it like an RPG game or something like that?
Nah, it's like a real cute game. Like I'm not a big gamer, but it's like Disney and Pixar
Oh,
and like
okay.
some like anime type shit. You
That's
be
cool.
fighting and shit. It's cool.
Oh,
it's
yeah. I
cool.
think I might have seen that. It does look
It's
pretty
real cool. Yeah, it's like from the 90s, but they remade a new version for. So get my nerd on one time.
That's what's
Right,
up. I'll check
right.
it out. Nerd
Yes,
right with you.
yes.
That sounds
I'm not
tight.
really good with the nerdy shit.
He's not really good at video games.
I'm not really
basically,
good at
what he's trying to
technology
say.
is
That's
what
he
it
was
is. I'm still used to the flip phone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, I see the iPhone, bro. Stop fronting.
Right. Well, that's what's up. I'm glad you're in the building, man. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to see what's up. So get right into, man, what you've been up to and what you're doing. Just
Man,
tell other
you
people what you be
know,
doing. What is ESauce?
You said who is ESauce or
Yeah,
what is ESauce?
Both. Who is it and what is
Well, ESauce, that came about because of my name, Erica Sauce. Saucito is my full last name, spelled like
Right.
sauce do. So ESauce, it's just natural, right?
Yeah.
So, what am I up to? Well, you know me from music,
Right.
So, because we chopped it up like over a year or some ago about some music shit,
it? Right.
and then I have, kind of had to take a step back and focus on my health. I've been dealing with rheumatoid arthritis since I was 8, and I had recently got really bad, so I had got into CBD, and so. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a healing journey, and I found a natural cannabis substance that's legal now in most
Right.
states.
Yes, indeed.
You know.
Most, yep.
So that's what I got popping. I got the YouTube channel,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
showing mad love, and
Oh, yeah, you
Plug that.
get
What's
mad
the-
with
Just
that.
tryna-
What's the name of the channel? How do they find
the
it?
channel is ESauce CBD TV, and
Nice.
that's the YouTube channel. So you could literally search ESauce, one word. You know what I'm saying? Or ESauce CBD, and it'll pop up. Like my music videos will pop up, my music and my
Yep,
YouTube
yep.
channel.
Right on.
Real
right,
shit.
right. So where you from? Are you from Arizona?
Born and raised. Yep, Phoenix, Arizona.
One
Damn.
time. AZ stand
Yeah,
up.
shout out.
Right. At what part growing up here in Phoenix did you start doing music or find out what you was doing?
Well, I kind of grew up into music. My dad, he was a musician, so naturally, he was in a Christian band. So I grew up in church, and he plays the bass, and he sings, and he's a writer as well. So I grew up with that. And then in church, I was like, I was in the choir, little sauce, singing in
Right.
the choir.
Little
And
sauce,
then,
okay.
and then like once I hit like middle school, I really started getting into and interested like the hip hop, movement and like urban culture. And in high school is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do music. And I used to just like freestyle at parties. And then I met Unique Divine from Smear Lipstick that was here a while back,
Shout out.
and she was like, I gotta get you in the studio. So that was my first studio session ever, was with me and her, and ever since then I was just been rocking with it.
Damn,
you
so
know?
straight freestyling, huh? That's how you
Yeah.
started?
That's
I
how
mean,
I
a lot of
started.
people, you remember we were doing that back in the day.
You
I
know
mean, I
when
never
there
was
was
a real
party,
big
You, but
party
I mean,
crews
most
back in
groups
the
of
day,
us,
and they
yeah.
throw them
Oh,
big
yeah.
ass parties, everybody be fucked up.
What-
and
Start freestyling.
just
and-
freestyling.
What high school you go to?
Yep. Huh?
What high school you go to?
I started at Millennium High School, and then I graduated at Estrella in
Oh,
Avondale.
okay. That's
Okay.
what's up.
So
man.
I was gonna say, quick back to that. You said that was your first studio session. How did that go? How did you feel that day? Were you nervous?
I was nervous. But I was prepared because Unique was like, write a song, let me know when you're ready, then we'll come lace that. And I was like, okay, shit. So I went and wrote a song, and then I was nervous, but like music's in my motherfucking blood, y'all. So once you get behind the mic, it's kind of like go hard or go home type shit. So it's like you just gotta do what it do. So it went well. It was fire. The trap was fire.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
How was life growing up here in Arizona? As far as even besides music.
Hot. No, I'm playing.
You ain't lying.
You ain't never like.
It's hot as hell, y'all.
Right, I like when out of towners come and they go, how do you guys get used to the heat here?
We
Come
don't.
on,
Man,
you
you
don't.
We stay inside.
Yeah, they're
We
crazy.
stay-
Just like you.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, we stay inside. So, I mean, I grew up on the west side.
Right.
I was always a tomboy, so naturally I had a lot of guy friends.
Playing sports.
And then I did. First I was diagnosed with RA when I was 8, so I grew up with that, struggle as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So I used to skateboard, and
Okay.
then when I couldn't really skateboard anymore because I had 2 hip surgeries, my dad had got me like a motorized scooter, and so that was cool because I was still being active. I was still
So you were
mobbing,
mobbing
like,
too,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? And then in high school, I actually was like on some new medications that I did really well. So I played basketball, volleyball, softball,
Damn.
all the shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Yeah.
So just typical.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
But that's cool though that you were able to still do that stuff.
Yeah,
you know
I was
what
able to live my life. I'm paying for it now.
Was
'cause-
there a while there where you weren't sure if you were going to be able to do that stuff? Like before
Yeah.
the medicine started to really like kick in like that?
Yeah, definitely. Because you know how I mentioned I went to 2 different high schools.
Right.
So between my freshman and sophomore year, I was transitioning medications because I was really sick. Kind of like to a point where I was last year as well. And I was like bedbound, I couldn't
Damn,
really
it
do
was that
much.
bad?
Yeah, it gets like I was like that last year
Wow.
too. So I was like that when I was younger, like freshman and sophomore year. The medication that I was on, it took a year to kick in, and then once it did, then I was like it was really under control,
Damn, it took
really
that
handled.
long.
Yeah, and then I was
Wow.
on that medication for like 16 years until
Damn.
and then I don't know, like the last 3 years that I was on it, my body was becoming immune. So at this point, I'm kind of just experimenting with my body and medications and trying to find a new medication that works for me. So that's
so
how.
even now you're looking
Even
for
now.
something new right now that can
Yeah.
do better.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Right. So
2000
touching
yep,
back to like
exactly.
getting it younger, is it something rare? Because I'm truly not understanding necessarily what it is or
So
what is.
rheumatoid-
So is it like was it rare getting
Was
it
it
young?
rare?
RA, I mean,
Like,
It's rarer to get it young, but it's not like it's unheard of
Right.
because at that time I felt like I was the only person in the world with it. You
I'm
know.
sure as a kid.
As a
when
kid,
none of the other
and
kids.
the way that I found out was when I was 8. No, when I was 8, I had to get surgery on my left hip, and then the doctors were like, "Well, this is weird because I had like infected fluid in my hip, yada yada." So whatever. And then the next year, the same thing happened in my other hip, and they're like, "Okay, this ain't right." Ran blood tests, and they were like, "Oh, she has juvenile rheumatoid arthritis." So what was happening was when you have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, at that you get inflammation between your joints. When you get inflammation between your joints and the joints create friction when you move,
Right.
it can create infected fluid in your joints. That's why that was happening to me. So
Right.
because my inflammation wasn't under control, that's pretty much what it is.
Right.
And it's not just focused on one area of the body. It's all over the body. So since then, I've been on various medications, trying to control the inflammation, trying to live my life, do
for
normal
sure.
shit, stay out of a wheelchair.
Exactly.
Damn,
You
yeah,
know?
that's crazy.
Then y'all had me come up some stairs and
That's
shit.
real
I'm
shit.
like,
We didn't know, but we didn't know. We're just
I'm
learning
playing.
about it with the rest of the
I'm
people.
playing,
You know what I mean?
y'all. I be clouded.
So you meet Unique, you get in the studio,
Uh-huh.
you get this track done. At this
Yeah.
point, are you for sure like you were saying? Obviously, you knew music was in you, kind of
Yeah,
thing. But
mhm.
did you know like, okay, this is what I'm gonna chase as far as what style and
At that time, I think I was probably like 16, 17, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So it was more like bullshitting.
all right.
But I knew it was something that I loved to do. So at that time, because you're crazy when you're that age.
Oh,
you know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure.
I feel like I did most of my partying before I turned 21. So through those years, I was just being wild and still creating music too. So like you had MySpace. So I had my music on MySpace.
So
and,
the music was just as crazy as
You
everything
know,
else.
like it was
right.
just lit, And
Yeah.
then, but once I really started taking it serious was more like 2015.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
And were you like, was it something you were doing with her, or is it something you were solo, just going off of what you
Yeah,
wanted?
it was just solo because we were homies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just something that I was doing. And then in 2015, I had gotten into a group called She, and then we did that vibe for a couple years. But groups never stick together, that type of shit. And then after that, it was just like, I'm gonna do this on my own because I really don't need nobody other than myself. I can't depend on anybody but myself anyways. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna make moves, I gotta make them. I can't wait for nobody. So so then I just went forward that way, and then unfortunately I got really sick last year, 2018, when I was transitioning medication. So I did my last show. I opened up for the Joyner Lucas, and with Respect the Underground, and that was June 2018.
That's what's up. Shout out RTU.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Respect the Underground.
That's what's up. So what, as far as being in it, so I mean, being in music now, what is kind of some of the struggles here in Arizona you feel that you're going through when you went through music?
The struggles when I was on the scene, I think it would just be getting the same recognition as the males. You know what I'm saying? As a female artist, because me and other female artists, like we would vibe together. We would all like support each other. Like Ambition's come in later today.
Shout out her, yeah.
Like we have a song with me and Ambition and Faint on More have a song with Smeared Lipstick called Hell Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think my main struggle was just getting the same energy or the same recognition as the males, but at the same time, like I knew I wasn't putting all my energy either because I just wasn't able. Right. So I think it was not only a battle with myself, like because my mind is ready to do 101 things and my body's like, bitch, sit down. You know what I'm saying? And just like being able to go and do stuff, that was my main struggle.
Right.
Because a lot of times I wasn't able to do the things that I wanted to do.
Right. And that's what's one thing I try to focus on. So I was telling Smear Lipstick crew when they were in here
Get it out.
about I know I had trouble right there about how I wanted to be just artists. Like I was all about the female movement and all that other stuff. But to me, it's just another artist across from me. That's how I always looked. I never looked at it as we need to do a movement because we're all like the same as far as talent wise. If you can spit and you can make a good track, then to me, it is what it is. You know what I mean? The respect is due where it's at.
Right.
So that's where I was trying to get us at as far as, the females. But it's always great, like I said, to hear what it truly is as far as a struggle for a female.
Definitely.
Because our biggest thing would be just likes. Like, fellas like to hate on each other in Arizona. To me,
females be hating too, bro. We worse.
To me, a like button in Arizona is hard to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, just like she was saying, you said the females, you guys were all grouping up together. You guys had a movement going, right?
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
Certain of us, because first of all, it's one thing to be a female rapper, but then to be like a lesbian, masculine female rapper, that's also a different thing because when society hears female rapper, they want it to be more of like a sex symbol.
Probably be kind of
Nicki Minaj.
You know what I'm saying? And I fucks with them too. Those are my bitches. But, but you know what I mean? And that's not what it was for me. And I felt like me and like, when we did that Hell Nah video, like we were all just kind of on the same wavelength, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we're all from the same,
you guys were all pushing the same movement. You guys were trying to get it out there.
Yeah,
and so what do you think was like the negative? Do you think it was like the male like rappers that weren't taking you serious, or was it like
not even that? It's just like you said, it's hard to get a like button. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I feel like as a female artist, I feel like, and don't take offense to this because you guys are male, but I feel like
we let it all out here.
When guys like they don't want to like shit just because like you're a female or you know what I'm saying. I don't know what the deal is, but I wouldn't say that was like my main struggle because if I wanted to do something, I would reach out. I would create opportunities. If the doors were open, I would take opportunities as they were presented to me, or I would make opportunities for myself. The same way that I'm doing with my YouTube channel is just, actually being able to get to multiple events and network and just be places physically that was my main setback.
Right.
Yeah.
And so even how you said being lesbian and all that, has that a mess? I was going to ask you how you separate like your music life and family life. Has any of that played like as a hard role in it? Because I have a brother that's, the other way or whatnot, and I support him to the fullest. I go to all his stuff, but I understand his struggle, like as far as he was afraid to even tell me. So has that ever affected your music, or do you think you would change being different now?
I'm gay as fuck always. It was always what it was.
So you were already like out, whatever you want to call
like
it,
my
out
first
before
song
you
that
did music?
Yeah, like, well, no, I wasn't out to my parents at that time. I came out to my parents when I was 18, but it was like, if they were paying attention, they would have known a bitch was gay because, you know.
Well, that's how my brother was, no
you know,
joke.
So
we knew from day one.
Yeah, so
what I mean?
it was just to the point where, like, the first song I made was gay as fuck, so it was never nothing like I was making straight music and then started making, you know, I fuck bitches type music, you know.
You let the cat out right away.
Yeah.
Right.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Thanks.
Doing music, what is one of your greatest moments as far as music, would you say today? What is something that you can reflect on that'll maybe put you like, wow, I did that, but not only like humble as far as where you come from?
There's been a couple of things that I'm very proud of. Just because, like, given the situation that I've been dealt with in life, period. So one moment that stands out to me is when I was able to, like, manage various artists, Boss Family, and we got a main stage slot at the Hip Hop Festival at Comerica Theater, and you know what I'm saying, we killed that shit, and it was lit, and that was like something that I was really proud of, because not only was I like doing it for myself, like I had a team at that time, and you know they still rock with me, but I'm a little hermit now, but at that point that was lit for me, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, I made it this far, like what's next type, you know.
You felt like you were doing something.
Yeah. And I'm actually proud of like every show that I've gone to that, you know, I was there and I was able to show face and I was able to rock the stage. Like all those moments, like together, they mean a lot to me, because like I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do this. Like, cause I don't know when I'm gonna be even perform again right now. Yeah. So all my past performances, like I was very, very, very proud to do that collaboration with Smeared Lipstick and all the girls. That meant a lot to me as well. And even the group that I was in before, we did a lot of things too and impacted a lot of people. And for me, when people reach out to me and let me know that whatever I'm doing, whether it's music or like my CBD movement on YouTube now, like when it touches people in a way that I'm not even realizing, that means everything. Like, you know what I mean? There's meaning behind what you're doing. That's pretty much all I want to do.
Right. Yeah. Move it that way.
Yeah.
So leaving music, let's say if we're gonna leave music, or even before we leave it, what's some of your inspirations for music?
Inspirations as far as artists?
Artists, life.
Well, in music, growing up, I had two main like inspirations, which was Missy Elliott and The Brat, because they didn't fit the mold of like the big booty stripper type, you know, little
Missy,
kid.
They both have bars.
You know what I'm saying?
Missy is probably one of the greatest all time, bro.
Well, I mean, The Brat had bars.
I mean, The Brat too.
Okay, yeah, but so those two.
Brat would kind of beat you up
Missy
though.
was different, you know what I mean? Missy had.
Yeah, she was out of the.
Her shit was crazy, man.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
so
everybody
those two,
like
her videos were too.
Yeah, oh, for sure, the videos were dope.
Yeah, so those two were like big for me growing up, and then just as far as like entertainment wise, period, Lucille Ball. A lot of people don't know that she had rheumatoid arthritis, and back then there wasn't not nearly as much medication as we have now, and she was CBD. you know behind screen and filming and doing all kind of stuff for so many years until she was older. So like I really admire her hustle too as a female, and going through, the same thing that I'm going through, and still, being in the entertainment business and making it happen.
Nice. So let's say if you want to, after rap is done or music is done, what are you trying to leave, and what would you try to give somebody, inspire somebody, to tell them in your position what to do, what not to do, kind of thing?
Well, I'll never say that music is done for me, because even though I'm not performing, I am working on my second album. I am creating music is an outlet for me.
But when you leave music, let's say that way.
I don't know, bro. I can't even imagine that. Like, you know what I mean? Because
it's too far down the road.
It's too far down the road, and like artists hit me up still, like with trying to do I want to mix their stuff, if they can come record with me, and like. If I could, be an executive producer on their track, get with them in the studio, like, you know what I mean?
That's a lot of opportunities. You got to take advantage of all that stuff. Hell yeah.
So, I just try to give like the most, advice that I can give them, and that's if I were to completely stop doing music for myself, I would want to be working with an artist like and mold them, you know what I mean, and help bring them
Mentor
up, because
kinda.
a bitch getting old, so like I'm not trying. First of all, I'm not trying. Okay, it is my birthday. I'm really feeling it today, but like I don't see myself. One time for the H2O. What you look at me. I don't see myself blowing up as an artist. You know what I mean? I want to be a writer. I want to be an executive producer. That's what I want to do in music.
That's blowing up those.
No, that's dope though. Yeah, because behind the scenes it's still big.
I mean, I went from writing just to producing tracks. You know what I mean? I had to know my place as far as I couldn't relate to this younger crowd being older as myself. I mean, I'm not that old, but you know what I'm saying.
And so, like, I felt when I did take a step back from the music scene, actually being on the scene physically. That's when I started my YouTube channel, because then I found CBD and I created my YouTube channel, and that was still a way for me to express myself artistically. I put my music in the background, and I still I'm still able to like vibe with people at the comfort of my own home, like, and network with people at home when I know I can't go out and do all this stuff. So that's pretty much how my YouTube channel started.
Yeah, I was just gonna get into that. So we go from music, you know what I mean, into now CBD.
Just so desperate for some type of relief, some type of pain relief, inflammation relief, anxiety relief. You know what I'm saying? And my pain management doctor told me to try CBD, because at this point I'm taking like multiple pain pills a day, like on top of the RA meds. And
how bad was it though? Like, why were you having to take so much medication? Was it like
I
to the point where
was
you
bed
couldn't
bound.
walk?
I couldn't. I could always walk, but I was bed bound. Like, I couldn't really go out the house. I couldn't do much. I need a shoulder replacement. You know what I'm saying? I need to get surgery on my hands. Like, I wake up and I'm stiff, and so it takes me like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes to really loosen up, to even be able to put my fucking hair up in a ponytail, like put a bra on, buckle my pants and shit like that, like, and that's what I go through. And so I was homebound, like bedbound, homebound, can't do shit, can't work, can't do nothing. My pain management doctor told me to try some CBD, and I was like, oh, I had a CBD vape pen one time. It ain't really do shit for me, so I was like, But I went to a CBD dispensary, and then I saw they had like a variety of different products, and I saw flower, and I was like, yo, this is weed. And they're like, well, yeah, it's weed, but instead of high THC, it's a high CBD, and that's, promotes some medical benefits, yada yada. Gave me some oil to take, a tincture, and at that day that I tried it, I felt relief, and I was like, I'm gonna document this on YouTube. So that's how that started. And then 2 months into taking CBD every day, 2 months every day nonstop, oil and flower, I enrolled in school, and I was able to like really get my life back. I got approved to go to physical therapy again.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm driving. A bitch driving now. Again, You go into the grocery store again. Don't gotta get the little electric cart. Bitch walking in. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, this is really like changing my life, and not to mention my anxiety was like way better.
So
like,
you were a different person then, like, because it wasn't just like the physical parts; it was mentally too.
It was mentally. I was having anxiety and depression, and it was crazy. And I have a video, my 2 month. See, because what I do on my channel, I do I try to do a monthly review on my health.
So you're like documenting like the progress.
Exactly. At the same time, reviewing different products so people know what's bullshit, what's not bullshit.
What's working and what's not working, because you tried it and
exactly.
Man,
so my
dope.
2 month review, I cried like a baby on that review, because at that moment I realized the changes that CBD had made for me. So I was like, damn, I can't believe I just cried on YouTube. But it is what it is. Like, you gotta keep it real.
A lot of people connected with you that day. No joke.
Yeah, my channel, I'm about 6 months into my channel. I'm like 1,200 subscribers.
Man, yes, shout out to that. Shout out to that.
1,200.
If I had a button to push, I would push it right.
I got it right here. That's the first thing I wrote down on my goddamn paper.
Yeah, so I'm very happy about that. I just did my 1,000 subscriber giveaway last weekend, so I be doing giveaways, and I try to get discount codes for my subscribers as well, because it's expensive.
I rock some ESauce stuff. And so for me, that doesn't, and people like me that don't understand what even CBD is, because you obviously explained how it changed your life.
Right.
what is CBD?
CBD is cannabis, and there's legally, they divide it into marijuana and hemp, and the only reason that it is divided is marijuana, the flower is high THC, which is a psychoactive ingredient, and hemp is more CBD, which is cannabidiol, which promotes more of like pain relief, inflammation relief, anxiety. So actual is the same plant, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way, like, there's different flowers, it's different plants. So right. CBD legally does have a THC delta 9 limit of 0.3, which is a psychoactive. So when you smoke it, you're not going to get this major high that you would get off of medical marijuana, because it has only a little bit of THC, but you are going to get a body high, and you are going to get a little bit of a head change when you smoke it.
So is that what makes it legal? The fact that it's so low in THC?
That's what makes
why
it
they're
legal.
Able to sell
yeah,
that
they
stuff?
passed the Farm Bill. They passed the Farm Bill in 2018 for the Delta 9, THC Delta 9 to legally be 0.3% and under.
Okay.
Now, it is illegal still in like 4 states. I believe it's like Florida, South Carolina. I don't know the other 2, but don't quote me.
Oh, they're just behind the times. That's all that is.
No, it
so
was
like illegal,
legal.
like you get caught with it, like you get caught with the same shit.
Get caught with it, go to jail.
Same.
People still now, like cops, they don't have a way to test the difference.
Right. So they see it, and
they see it, and they're like, it's weed. So they've arrested people, and once they tested it, they released them. They're like, my bad, type shit.
So is it like you smoke that? And it don't come up on a drug test, and you smoke THC, it comes up on a drug test kind of thing?
They're looking for THC in the drug test.
Yeah.
That's
See, the thing is, with CBD and CBD products, there's different varieties. Some are just CBD that have 0 THC, which you're going to find in, like, these gummies that I brought here. So there's no THC in this.
They look tasty.
They are tasty. You want one? I give you one, bro.
I'll try one. I've never tried any CBD gummies or none of that stuff.
So you guys
so interested in this conversation. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pop this open.
Go ahead and talk about some of the different stuff that you got there.
Yeah. So, I had brought gummies, and those have no THC. And then you're gonna have something like the actual flower, which is like the buds. This is a full spectrum product, so it's gonna have all the cannabinoids in it, as well as the legal amount of THC. And then
when I opened it, it smells good. I'm not going to lie. I'll vouch for it. It smells really good.
Yeah, and then I had brought, shout out to the Pink Reef. She does edibles.
Shout out Pink Reef.
And she does edibles with THC and without THC too. So like if you're a medical patient, she does that for you here in Arizona. And if you want CBD, then she makes some CBD as well.
Yeah, if she ever wants to send some samples so we can review them.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll
you guys should bring her up here for a review. She got a lot going on.
Yeah, you know what?
And then like, for example, there's like broad spectrum, CBD products that also don't have no THC, but they have other cannabinoids that benefit you. And then
delicious.
And then, really like so it's CBD it just makes you feel good, bro. Like, by
more
no
of the healthy
means,
part, right? So when I go to the dispensary, it has, it's always the one that kind of has less because I'm always looking for the THC.
See,
THC
exactly,
part,
exactly.
Right? But it's the one that is more of the healthy part as far as, okay.
All of the medical benefits.
Exactly.
So I had a quick question.
Yep.
What do you think is the biggest negative that you hear about, like, CBD? Like,
people just think it's weed.
Yeah, because it's associated with
because
weed.
it's cannabis.
Right.
So, like, even today, my grandma swears I be high off of it. She'll be like...
You think she thinks you're just doing it to get high?
No, she knows. She knows that I'm doing it.
She knows it has medical benefits for you.
Yeah, she knows that I'm doing it for medical. I'm going to eat one, too. Shit.
I mean, it was good.
I mean, it was good, but
I'm on the wrong
taste
stuff
that it has, like,
together.
cannabis in there.
That was...
Each one of these is 21 milligrams.
So they grow each plant like individually. As far as this plant has only CBD.
It's weed. So like how there's different strains of.
It's like the flower
weed,
looks like
there's
weed,
different strains of CBD.
So that's what I'm saying. That's a specific grown CBD plant.
Mm-hmm. Like when you go to the dispensary, you can buy flower that's just CBD.
The genetics are different. So it's just like when you buy, when you buy White Widow or when you buy Trainwreck, and it has a certain percentage of THC in it. Some actual, like, the first type of, like, CBD, strains that came out was, like, Charlotte's Web. And that was created for a little girl who had, like, seizures or, epilepsy or something
that's
like
crazy,
that.
Because I showed my lady, shout out my lady, and everybody, my family, everybody, my babies, everybody, one time for the one time.
For the fam.
Exactly. But Man, I got lost there. Oh, no, I was showing her a video of a little boy, because it was on the news and stuff, a little boy who was having, like, really bad seizures, but they were lasting for, like, 45 minutes. And the medication that the doctors were giving him was like a pill, but it would take another 45 minutes to kick in. So he would be locked up, seized up for, like, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The dad found out about CBD and like tinctures and stuff and started giving it to him instantly. Within 5 minutes, he was back to being normal and playing. Like me and my lady we tripped out. Like we almost got emotional about it because you know our daughter has some stuff going on too. That we're always looking for the next medical whatever the miracle.
And the thing is, like, so many people are taking advantage of that fact too. So they're creating products that are not
real.
Exactly.
I've been seeing that on the news.
So that's why I do these reviews, because it's like, okay, if this works for me, I vouch for this. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is the best oil that I've had. It's from Apical Greens.
So what
it's
exactly?
all natural.
Apical Greens.
So what you do with this, there's like a little dropper in it, and you put it under your tongue. It's a tincture, CBD tincture, full spectrum, 1,500 milligrams, and natural flavor, because I don't like really not things that are not natural.
Oh yeah.
And you put it under your tongue, and I take this every morning religiously. You know what I'm saying?
It used to take me. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but is it like certain medications where like it has a buildup, like because you said you take it every day religiously? So did you find that after like a week it was having even a better effect because every morning you were taking it? See, I wondered about that because I actually have some that I've gotten for free. Like somebody gave me like 4 bottles like that of the Select CBD, and I got like the mint flavor. And every once in a while I use it, but I never, like you said, I've never done it like every single day to see like how did it really affect me. You know what I mean?
I would say if you're someone who struggles like with anxiety on a regular basis or chronic pain, inflammation, headaches, you know, all that, it's something that you want to take every day. Because like
seriously
like,
considering it now.
Like when and it does get pricey. So like with this company here, Apical Greens, I have a 35% discount with them, and the discount code is ESauce CBD TV, because it does get pricey, bro. Like especially if like someone like me.
Yeah, run that back one more time.
Sorry.
This.
Yeah, what was that?
It's oil tincture.
I'm saying, what does that cost me? You said it's getting
This is
pricey.
like $90, 1,500 milligrams, and that's cheap.
Really?
Yeah, that's cheap. And then with
the ESauce discount.
No, with the discount, it's even cheaper. That's before the discount.
Nice.
You know, with the discount, you're gonna get it cheaper.
And
I stand behind this oil because I've tried about 6-7 different brands of tinctures, and I started off at a lower dose, and I built myself up to this dose because you kind of gotta. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna start doing the 3,000 milligrams soon. You know, just because I've been like really sick recently with the monsoon season.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's strong. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That shit's strong, and I like it because with the other ones, I was feeling the effects, but once I started this, I significantly felt better. More energy, less pain.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I would be able to last longer through my days, less anxiety, and also like the flower is immediate for anxiety as well. But I have asthma too, unfortunately. So like I've been like 3 days without flour, and my anxiety kind of been going crazy. But shout out to the Pink Brief, because she pulled up and she brought me edibles.
There you go.
So
shout out to her.
you know, and then wifey made me some brownies today too. So
happy birthday.
They were strong.
The CBD. So how does that work? How do you do that? Do you just
how
put
do you
like
make
the
it? So it's just like oil. So I had another bottle like this. And it was like 175 milligrams left in it. So she put it in the brownie mix, you know, when you add the oil and all that.
That's nice.
And I had too big of a piece before I came. And when I was getting ready, I was like, fuck, like I'm too chill right now. So, because it relaxes you, bro. If you have trouble sleeping, get on some CBD and you will relax.
Yeah, but I mean, even just like you said, chronic pain, because my guy, he fell 40 feet through a skylight and hit the floor, broke all kinds of bones in his body.
Damn, bro.
He looked crazy. I went to go see him like the next day. His whole body was puffed up. He was swole up like he got hit by a car or something. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But I know he has chronic pain because I got some back pain from accidents and stuff. I know this fool got some
pain.
I
brought, they have pain cream too. I'm always using the pain cream, the CBD pain cream. This is just a little sample I got from Black Oak Fire.
So is it just like a topical?
It's like a topical, yeah. Look, it's like a little wax. And you just kind of like rub it on your...
That one looks like thick, like concentrated. Because I've seen some topicals and they've been kind of like,
creamy.
I don't want to say watery, but like thinner, a lot thinner than that, I would say.
Yeah, like this, I put this on my knees after I came up them stairs, fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, they have topicals. They have even CBD infused coffee, teas, honeys. Because a lot of people don't like to smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they're not able to smoke.
Like I said, I think that's one of the biggest negatives. Like one of the stigmas on it is, oh, do I have to smoke weed? But like you see all this other stuff right here.
And edibles, they be hitting you. Like you'll be feeling chill in like 30 minutes off that one gummy.
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
I'm pretty chill too.
Yeah.
That's what's
so
up.
it's really neat. There's a wide variety of CBD products, and you know, if anyone has questions, feel free to reach out on my YouTube channel, ESauce CBD TV. I have my email under every video description in the About Me, or you can hit me up on Instagram at ESauce Boss, and that's boss spelled like sauce with the B, BAUCE.
Nice.
She preaches it. I mean, she does this. I mean, you
I
do numbers.
Do this. Yo, people hit me up
you do
all
numbers.
day.
I mean, you got plain Jane pre-roll.
100
or 100.
My best video to this day is the
12K
the
one.
Drug test.
Let her tell it.
Will you pass? Yeah, let her tell it. is
12K.
Will you pass a drug test on CBD products, CBD flower or CBD oil? I'm like, yeah, over 12K on that video.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Because
like
people want to know, like,
4
you know
months
what
ago.
I'm saying? And
it's interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
And you
4
can
months
drop
ago.
dirty using CBD, y'all. So it's
if
not
you
like
got the wrong stuff, like whatever's
it's
over
not,
the limit.
It's not the wrong stuff. Even with the legal limit, if you smoke enough of it, THC builds up in your fat cells.
See.
So if you're gordita like me, you know, that shit's gonna drop on your urine test.
I did
you
not know that. That's
so
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, they tell you this is the legal amount, but do they say like serving size is this much? You can only smoke 1 gram, or you're going over.
If you smoke like a gram a day, you should be good.
But you can't be smoking blunts. Like you can't be smoking 8s of that shit.
And I have homies
cool.
that be like chiefing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So if you're
but if they don't gotta
if
take
you're
a drug
gonna
test.
chief, because like me as someone who deals with pain, and I still do take pain pills, but just being on CBD, like I went from taking 60 pills a month to 30 pills a month.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've only been on it for 6 months, so I want to know what CBD is gonna look long term for me as far as in my blood test, my inflammation levels,
But
things
even
like
your
that.
liver, because you
know?
said 60 pills down to 30. That's big.
Yeah, and then they was trying to say, oh, CBD's bad for your liver. I said, well, it can't be worse than this fucking Vicodin,
It
you
can't.
know?
There's
no
fucking
way.
And that's a doctor telling you that because they want to
Exactly.
sell more Vicodin
Well, my
to your
doctor,
ass.
thank God I have a good doctor. She was like, she's
Shout out to
so
her.
amazed. Yeah, shout out to her. She's the shit.
She believes in what you're doing. Like
she
she's
loves
behind
it.
the
She's
movement.
like, can
That's
I
what's
share
up.
this?
You need people like
you
that.
know
Can we
what
bring
I'm
her
saying?
on?
So
She don't want to come on.
I'll call her. She'll come on.
dead
She
serious,
with the
man. I'm
movement.
dead
She's
serious.
with the
That'd be a big one.
movement,
That'd be a big
y'all.
one.
But
Tell her to come on with you. How
you know
about
what
that?
I'm
What if
saying?
we do like, you know what I mean? You guys
Yeah.
together. That'd be
I'll-
dope, man. You guys can
I
talk
will
about
grab
it.
her.
Preach
I will tell her. I'm about to see her in a week or so because I need a young refill. But, you know, CBD, it's just incredible to me. And every day they're coming out with even better strains, even better oils, even. They got dabs now, so people that really have like.
I was hoping you were gonna bring one. I would have tried that.
I've only tried an isolate dab. I went to the dispensary to grab some flour, and they're like, "Sauce, you want to do a dab?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm scared." And so they're like,
It
"Well,
sounds intense, though.
they were like, "It's 99% CBD, no
Wow,
THC." So
that
I was
is
like, "Okay,
dope.
well, I'm not gonna be high. You know what I mean? This shit don't get me high anyways." But you know, when you hear dab, you think
Of course.
strong,
It's just,
concentrated.
Oh my God.
Like I said,
da-da-da.
concentrate.
So
Exactly. That's a good word.
I didn't even know how to take a dab, so they had the rig already all set up with that, you know, electric thing on it, just ready to go. And I was like, okay, let's run it. So I did the isolate dab, and like I took the whole dab, and after I took it, I just felt like a wave over my body of just like
Just chill.
relief. Because that day I had really bad back pain. That's why I was in the dispensary, because I usually
Meant
get my
to be.
products online, but I was
Back
out.
pain.
So I was
Damn.
out, and I was like, I gotta go to the dispensary to grab this. And you guys don't need your medical card to hit a CBD dispensary.
I learned
There's
that. I've been
one
to
on
I was just gonna
67th
ask that.
Avenue in Glendale called Herbal Risings. You just gotta be over the age of 18, and you can go in there and get some relief, guys, off these CBD products.
That's what's up.
That's what's
Yeah.
I like that shit. So I had one more question I wanted
Yeah.
to ask, and it's kind of like two-part, but it's kind of the same question.
Mhm.
What is your favorite medical benefit to CBD, and how does it affect your diagnosis?
Ooh, I have two. So we're gonna skip the one because my favorite number's 2, and today's the 2nd. So
out.
it's
Your
my
birthday.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
So bitch feeling extra, so we're gonna hit it with 2. The best medical benefit that
Left me
CBD has for me is it kind of goes together. So it gives me pain relief, and at the same time it gives me, because I have that pain relief, I have more energy throughout the day. So that's huge for somebody like me who deals with chronic pain illness, autoimmune disease, you know what I mean? And that means everything to me. That's the difference between being able to be active 3 hours a day or being able to be active for 8 hours a day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Without having to be like, oh, I got to go home, I got to lay down. And the second thing is, since I've been on CBD, I haven't had a full-blown anxiety attack.
Nice.
Wow.
And I used to have like 3 a week.
A lot of people need to hear that because anxiety attacks are no
the type
joke.
of anxiety, and you know, people, they have a stigma about anxiety where they don't want to tell nobody, because they don't want to experience. Fake. Yeah, oh, it's all in my head. It's all in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is in our head because we're feeling it, but it's also it's our mind and our body. They coexist together. So if we're feeling it, we're feeling it. You know, in our heads, we're feeling it in our body. So. The anxiety that I used to have, and because everybody's anxiety is different, but I come to find that a lot of people relate to this type of anxiety. I used to feel like I can't breathe. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm about to pass out. My hands are going numb. I can't do nothing. I feel like I'm going to die. Before. Like, that's the type of anxiety I used to have. Like, and since I've been, using CBD and medicating naturally and things like that onto my regimen, I haven't had not one anxiety attack.
That's fucking dope, man. I like that shit.
It's crazy.
Cool. It's crazy because, like I said, I didn't obviously know it goes that deep into literally changes your life.
It changes.
It changes your life. It's not a joke.
That's crazy. You said it helps with sleep too?
Yeah, bro. I used to wake up every 2 hours in pain. And I get up a lot in the middle of the night, and I have to crack my Vicodins in half so I could take them like every 3 hours instead of every 6 hours. I just take a half like every couple hours, make it last. Yeah. Right, wow. So and now that I've been on CBD, I probably wake up like once or twice to pee, but not every hour, every 2 hours. Right. Like I'm getting much more REM sleep now, which is much better for your body as well.
You get more energy. Yeah.
Exactly.
The reason why I asked that though is kind of because two things you said: the chronic pain and then the sleep. My tata, shout out to my tata. He'd been to war and stuff, and he would wake up a lot in the middle of the night.
Shout out to our veterans.
Exactly, shout out all day veterans. But he would, and then he couldn't go back to sleep. But he would wake up 2 a.m. and he couldn't go back to sleep. And so I started buying him like
anxious,
pens and like the cartridges and stuff. And he said it's a lifesaver. Like he don't take when he has that, he don't take the pills.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of pills from his doctors that he don't like them because he feels like it's doing more damage. Yeah. So when he has those,
or making him anxious.
Yeah. If he wakes up, if he has a crazy dream, flashback, wakes up, he hits the pen a couple times, goes back to sleep. In the morning when he wakes up, he said it used to take him like an hour. He'd walk around just to loosen up. Yeah. But then when he has the pen, he hits the pen one time, he gets right to it. He does whatever he wants. And it's just crazy because I was thinking, I know they have cartridges of the CBD now too, Yeah,
they're really good too. And they just look like a regular THC cartridge, They fire. They're really good. I hate that I can't smoke right now because of my asthma. And I've noticed since I can't smoke, like I said, my anxiety's kind of been building up. But I got right with the edibles, so I'm good now. Cool, yeah. You just gotta find your balance, and everybody's different. So what works for me is might not work for you, so you kind of just got to find your balance with these products and the milligrams and how you're taking it, and just take it to where you feel good.
Right. But that's cool that you do the review so people can at least get an idea of how did it affect her. Maybe it might affect me a little different. I might need a little less. So
yep, exactly.
That's cool. Shit. I dig it.
Shout out to Ambition. You know what I'm saying? I seen the homie in the back one time.
That's our next guest.
Right. So what's good? 2019 ESauce.
CBD. For the rest of 2019.
Yes.
We're more than halfway through this.
I'm trying. Way more than halfway.
You saw that? Hall of Fame game. Sorry. We get it.
I'm just waiting for this summer to ease, man. But for the rest of the year, I am just focusing on my healing, and hopefully by like November, December, maybe even the beginning of next year, I could like hit a stage again, because I'm just trying to get back right. And I am working on my second album because I've been ducked off. I've been a hermit crab, just doing my YouTube shit at home.
That's not hermit.
But when you're making an album, that's what you gotta do. We're gonna.
But I can say that because I'm home. You know what I mean? I'm in my comfort zone. I'm not out. So. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So we're just going to keep pushing the channel, keep growing. I'm going to keep, working on my music. And like I said, once I hit the stage, I'm going to let y'all know so y'all can, come out and show love.
Let us know. We're working on our album right now, too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be hitting the stage near you pretty soon, too, baby.
Shout out.
For real.
That's just good, man. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday
Thank
for
you.
sure, man. This was dope
Thank
episode, man. I really enjoyed a lot of this information. We might have to bring you back just to get more. You know what I mean? Like
you know,
I said,
let
if
me
you
know.
could figure
I
something
got
out.
merch coming soon. I got a lot of things in the work for the channel. You know, starting a CBD company soon as well. So, you know, things are popping.
Yeah, we'll help promote.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Real shit.
Shit, you want to leave something for somebody? What you want to give out?
Y'all want to smoke this flower right here? I got some. I'm gonna leave you guys this like 2 grams of True Indoor Kush from Boston Hempire.
Yeah, shout out Boston Empire. We're gonna check it out right now.
Much love. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out
give out to anybody where they find you at. Obviously, ESauce.
Where they can find me at?
CBD TV.
Well, I mean, just shout out to the fan bam one time. You know what I mean? Like, without the viewers and, you know, my channel wouldn't be nowhere that it's at right now. And, you know, everybody who's just, like, supporting, whether it's from the music side or, like, the CBD side, you know, shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys make everything happen.
Tell them we said what's up. Shout out to all y'all.
Shout out.
To all you guys helping make it happen, baby.
Make it happen, baby.
For sure. Make it happen for sure.
Let me take this off.
But hell yeah, I mean, we're excited. We're happy you came through. Happy birthday, like I said.
Sure,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Homemade
Bitch, feeling
genius.
old. But that's why I brought all this CBD, so I
can make it back down the stairs. That's why she brought it.
I had to take a gummy just to make it down those stairs again.
Well, we appreciate it. We're glad you showed up, man. This shit was dope. So
Thank you guys so
Cannabis
much.
Cactus.
Thank you guys for
They
having
hooked it up, man. Roach
Yeah,
Clip
shout out,
Cheese.
shout out.
Cactus, Roach Clip, everybody
homie
involved.
Shout out to the sponsors, man.
Oh man,
Yes,
you know how
sir.
it goes.
Homemade genius.
Yeah,
We
but this is
out.
a dope one. I got educated for sure on CBDs, that's for sure.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
But hell yeah, we thank you, man. Homie Toe, homegrown, homemade geniuses,
Yep.
Cannabis Cactus.
Love, peace, and blessings,
ESauce, man. You
y'all.
know what the fuck it is. I'll let your boy.
Deuce.